What's up, guys? Back again. Yeah, another video. Today we have an interesting one, as if the rest of them weren't all interesting already. But I know you 944 owners that, you know, weren't fortunate enough to get the turbo. You guys are hating how ugly these rear brakes are. Well, today we're going to change that. Today we're actually going to make this a full-time e-brake. Well, for you guys it would be a full-time e-brake. For me it would be a hydro. And we're going to take the front calipers and convert them to the rear. Now I have them laying around the car somewhere. Over here on the not so pretty side of the car, here they are. Now, yeah, these do look horrible, but do they work? I don't know. Are they easy to replace? Oh, hell yes. So we're still going to apply these and put these onto the rear. Let's grab this second one here. I think we're gonna have to hose these down and filthy, completely filthy. Honestly left them under there because maybe one day I was thinking about taking on this project. So you can see it comes with, well, we took them off our fronts here. We went for the turbo front brakes and turbo rotors, and I had to adapt the bigger rotors to the stock knuckle in there. You guys can't really see, but way back when, did all that long time ago. It's on camera so you guys can watch that too. So these came directly off my fronts. You can see brake rotors and all. I just decided to pull everything at once. Don't really know how to break this down yet, but we're gonna have to break these down and clean them up. If we take a look in the car here, we actually been sitting on a set of rear rotors for a while in this car. Don't know when I was gonna ever change them, but sheesh. Now would be a good time before this car starts rolling. So we have that. I'm pretty sure we have new rotors in here as well. I mean, new pads. Yep. New pads for the rear brakes. This will be perfect. And then of course, if you're following along and doing this with me too, you're gonna have to purchase some new pads or maybe new calipers for your front to rear conversion. I guess that's what I'll call it. So let's go ahead and jack this car up and take off the wheel and see what we're working with. Okay, I probably knew this, but it's just surprising me right now. But this is a factory spacer, just like the fronts. So, very interesting. You can see it's not even threads where it came off of. But I'm pretty sure you 944 owners already knew that. So, I don't think the e-brake is pulled, it shouldn't be. But this is our rear rotor. So, we have fresh ones, so let's go ahead and take it off, and then by doing that, we should be able to get a good glimpse of what's behind here. Alright, forgive me for what I said earlier, guys. I didn't know that they actually had shoes back here. So this is actually the factory e-brake, and I thought it was actually squeezing the pads just for an e-brake since it was tight. But it's alright, mistakes were made. Cool. So now that we got everything off, you can see the whole assembly here. Doesn't look too bad. It looks like I can actually keep both, well actually all three, because this will still be my factory e-brake. As much as it pains me to keep that damn awkward lever, I'm actually gonna keep it and modify it so it works with my cage. So that being said, we're gonna have three forms of brakes here. One e-brake, regular brake, and a hydro brake. So I'm actually pretty curious. These look actually similar to the front. Let's go grab a front caliper and see if it fits. Let's see here. And nope, not even this close, but not that close. So definitely a bracket will need to be made. Now I know you guys in the comment section are like, sheesh, is this guy really gonna use the front brakes? I already know it. So you know what, went out and I actually bought me a nice Wilwood caliper. I'll leave the product number in the description box. I'll put it on the screen or whatever, just so everybody else can use this. But this is amazing. This is like just off rip, the finish, and it's so light. This is like at least like not even 5 pounds. It doesn't feel like, and I put the pads in it, by the way. It doesn't even feel like 5 pounds. Well, this can't even do the same thing without flexing a muscle. So Jesus, this is going to be a real worthy upgrade. And on top of that, it actually fits in places where that big one can't. So you know, we can almost about match the same, you know, geometry of like the other one. So that's actually pretty cool. Also, this one is easier to make a bracket for. I actually almost started making a bracket for that one until I came to my senses. But man, this one fits very, very nicely. Look at that. The pads are just flush with this rotor. So yeah, I'll definitely leave which caliper we are using for this caliper kit. And just look at that. Well, I don't know if you can see, but super simple and a whole bunch of space to mount this caliper. Whole bunch of space. So let's go ahead and measure this caliper up and get to making our brake caliper bracket. Alright guys, you can see we have the caliper nicely fixed on here. I think it's pretty cool. So that's our working 3D printed piece. Essentially looks like this. It's like a failed version. It's like version 2, so it's pretty cool. So we went from cardboard to the computer, printed this out, trying to make sure it lines up, we got all the holes right. Then straight to 3D print. And then from there, we're gonna go straight to aluminum. So let's go ahead and take this off and take this up to Ray. Alright guys, we're back from the shop, and these things came out amazing. You can see we have our drilled and tapped hole, if the camera wants to focus. Our 2 drilled and tapped 3/8/16 holes, and then we have our 6mm through holes. You put this up against the model right here, this thing literally just looks amazing. So let's go ahead, let's clean up this little surface here and throw these on the car. Alright, and just like that, we have a fully mounted, I guess, dual caliper setup. Yeah. Like I said, this is going to be my primary brake now, since this is just amazing looking one, and this one is just small. So you can see, and if you guys do your research, that this is actually like close to a 12-inch rotor, like very close. I think it's like 11.7 or something like that. And these fit 13-inch rotors. So I didn't actually know that until after it came. So you can see this little gap here. I can't pull the rotor all the way in due to this housing with the e-brake setup, the handbrake setup. If I bring it in too close, it's actually going to start rubbing. And you can see I have a nice little gap in between there that I implemented in my design. The only other thing is you can see the pads, they actually extend a little bit further past the rotor. I'm actually fine with that. I don't think it would cause anything, you know, not much too crazy. It's like a millimeter pass, it's not even that crazy. And yeah, if you see the sheer size of this pad to the sizes of the stock pads, you can see even though this hangs over a little bit more, we still have way more surface area to use. So that, you know, that's basically that, honestly. So we have another bracket, and I'm actually waiting for my second caliper to come in the mail. Since I said forget it, I'm fine with this being a 13. Then I don't see any 12s that they have. If they have a 12, that'd be cool, but this is just fine, honestly. I'm completely fine with this. And you never know, foresee in the future, I might have a bigger rotor on the rears anyway. We'll see how braking and stuff goes with this car. So yeah, assembly, everything actually went super easy. I found out that it was actually easier to actually install this bolt first and then put on the bottom, I'll show you guys, the bottom caliper bolt right here. And then after that, you can like swing it down and put it into place. We had to do that because since we're not deleting the handbrake, it's actually a little bit tight for that bolt. So an open end 15 will be perfect in this area. And other than that, everything else is good. You can see we have very, very, very close fitment with this 90-degree 1/8 inch NPT to 3AN. I actually was trying to get it perfect, but every single other fitting I chose was actually too big and hitting this arm. So this is actually the perfect size fitting, and of course it just, you know, knocks it away. It looks like it's touching, but it's actually not. There's actually like a little tiny space in between, like probably like a hair, a thin follicle can go in between, but that's perfect enough. You can see we also have our heat shields. If, you know, for any reason you wanted to put on your heat shield, it is still accessible and you can still put it on. I don't know why you would. I think it's, I mean, I guess it would, you know, stop a little bit of brake dust from going there, but it's fine. Honestly, it's completely fine. I would prefer it without it. So yeah, that's really it. That's honestly, it came out a real perfect looking bracket and another project successfully finished. Yeah, this came out really nicely. And to think that I was actually going to take this big heavy front caliper, look at this nasty thing, and put it on here. Ugh. So the next video about the brakes, we are definitely going to, I guess, plumb the whole system and then take off the calipers, both calipers, and paint them just the same colored green that we have up here. And now that I actually went to a Wilwood in the rear, I think I might want to switch this out and do Wilwood 6 pistons in the front. I mean, these Porsche ones are pretty cool, and I made this bracket years ago. It's actually pretty cool. I have no problem with it, but it's actually easier to buy Wilwood calipers. I mean, Wilwood brake pads for them. They're more accessible to get Wilwood brake pads. That's actually funny. But Amazon 2-day shipping, you can get whatever pads you want. So that's really about it for this video, guys. We got the storm coming, so we have a nice big tarp on that. Don't need anything else to get wet on there, and that's about it. So don't forget to head on over to unsystematic.co. Go here and Systematic Needs Situated. We have new merch coming very soon for the winter lineup. And yeah, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Never forget, never stop modifying.